Hi, I'm Sonny Young. Welcome to another episode of The Penalty Box.
If you are firm and you are sure that you can move and you can score.
The field for the quarterfinals is now set at the Football World Cup in Brazil. France versus Germany will kick things off Friday. Robert, how do you see this all-European affair?
Well, first of all, Sonny, I want to welcome you as host of the Penalty Box. We know you're here because Peter Clode has been banned 9 episodes for biting a panelist the last episode. So, anyway, welcome and thank you for being here.
Thank you, Robert.
The French definitely believe they can do this. I mean, Germany are a strong team. They've got a great manager. They're looking to win their first title in something like 18 years. But at the same time, a lot of people feel, especially after the match against Algeria, that Germany's defense is very shaky and they really escaped because Algeria didn't have better finishing skills. The French, on the other hand, have a great manager, a guy who's put back discipline on the team.
Young team.
Yeah, but they still had some of the players who were in that disaster in South Africa 4 years ago. And now he has a cohesive group. He has a really strong team that can really put it together. And a lot of not only French people, but German people believe French are going to win this match on Friday. I was reading an online poll. It's an online poll, not scientific, but 35% of German fans believe France have the better team and will beat Germany this time around.
Also Friday, Brazil will host Colombia in a spicy South American affair. Ramon, you were in Brazil. How do you see that match?
Well, the environment is spicy. That's almost an understatement. This is hands down, I think, the most or one of the most exciting matches, not just in the quarterfinals, but this entire World Cup up to date. Brazil has to play top notch. I think they've looked a little shaky in their last couple matches, especially against Mexico, and then Chile played superbly well against them, almost got away. They have to fill those gaps. Neymar has to come through as a superstar. But look, this Colombian team, I think, is going to give them a run for their money, and
I agree.
And I think they're actually better maybe than Chile and Mexico. So their star, James Rodriguez, 5 goals, the most of any player at the World Cup at this point. It's going to be a fascinating matchup to see him and Neymar head-to-head.
Do you see James as maybe the breakout star in Brazil?
I think so. I think he's also a leader. He has scored 5 goals. He also has 2 assists, but he's really brought, I think, a cohesive unit to this Colombian side that's going to be strong for the remainder of this World Cup, but also for years to come.
Let's move to Saturday now. Belgium will battle Argentina. Park, how do you see that game?
Well, it's most interesting that these two teams in the quarterfinals, they are the only two that came through the first round with the maximum 9 points. They won all 3 of their games in the first round. And in addition to that, both teams had to go to extra time.
That's right.
In the knockout round. Very interesting. So neither team will have an advantage as far as their physical capabilities. They've all played the extra time. Neither team, while they both scored 3 wins in the first round, neither of them was as impressive as we might have expected them to be. Lionel Messi, of course, the star for Argentina. We'll see if he can keep it going. And Belgium, of course, had that great game against the United States where they just attacked. And, they could have had 4 or 5 goals if not for Tim Howard, the United States' great goalkeeping. So I think this is going to be a very good matchup. It'll be interesting to see if this one goes to extra time.
What about Messi, Park? I mean, he didn't score much in South Africa 4 years ago when you were in South Africa. This time around, he seems like he's really the focal point of Argentina's offense.
Well, he's had the 4 goals, and of course, in the big game in the knockout round, he set up that great pass that gave them that victory in the extra time. So I think we're looking for more from him in this next round. And as all of us know, no European team has won the World Cup when it's been played in the Americas. So I think you've got to favor Argentina in this one.
Okay, last quarterfinal on Saturday. I'll throw it open to everybody. Los Ticos from Costa Rica, maybe the surprise package in the quarterfinals, take on the Orange, the Dutch. What do you think?
I think that's very exciting to see the only non-South American and European team remainder, and some people are considering this the last Cinderella team in this tournament. So everybody is excited for that. I know a lot of Brazilians will be going for the Ticos in that match. It's really exciting to see this small Central American team do so well. And are they Cinderella team? Yes, by our standards they are. But they've played extremely well to try to put any sort of title on them as a Cinderella team. I think almost gives the other team an unfair advantage.
No, I agree, Ramon. And aside from the fact that the Ticos have played beautifully the entire tournament. There's no clear favorite in this World Cup so far. And yes, the Dutch have always found a way to get it done with those late winners, including in that glorious round of 16 match against Mexico. But you can't take it for granted that they're going to beat Costa Rica. So, you know, there would be, I think, there have been a lot crazier things happening in football, I think, and in this World Cup than to expect Costa Rica to come through this match.
But let's not forget, the Dutch have the experience. They were the runners-up 4 years ago. Right. You've got a lot of guys on this team that have been through it, whereas, you know, the Los Ticos, the Costa Ricans, they're in it. They have nothing to lose. So I expect them to attack and go right after the Dutch. Why not?
And well, they should.
There have been some great goals in this tournament. One of my favorites, Van Persie for the Dutch. Maybe the goal of the tournament. What do you think, Park?
Yeah, perhaps so. I think that's what a lot of people have said. I mean, we've seen a lot of good goals in this tournament. So, yeah, but that was certainly.
As far as sheer control and technique, I mean, I'd have to say yes. Van Persie, of course, I think stands apart because I don't think anyone has ever seen a goal like that, or in a long time at least. You were mentioning James Rodriguez, the first goal against Uruguay. Man, just the way he controlled the ball, spun around himself, and then sent it into the upper left corner. That was gorgeous.
And let's not forget the post celebration. I mean, that's half the goal itself, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Want to give a quick shout out for Julian Green, the 19-year-old youngest American player to play in a World Cup match. Wonderful goal against the Belgians.
And actually, you know, the United States, when Belgium scored that second goal, to have the U.S. come back and get a goal and then still have a couple realistic chances there near the end and maybe take it to penalty kicks was quite a thrilling finish. And I think it's captured the imagination of a lot of people in the United States who are watching in fan fests all across the country. So it's good for the sport in the U.S.
And in fairness, I mean, the U.S. has achieved roughly what you could have expected, you know, that team to achieve. I mean, I don't think it would have been a shocker to see them in the quarterfinals, but I think there's no shame for that kind of a team to be eliminated in the round of 16. But all that you've mentioned, you know, the goal by Julian Green, just giving Julian Green a cap, the play, you know, the free kick that almost equalized the match against Belgium, that showed that Klinsmann really has earned his stripes as a manager.
And he's got 4 more years to do it, too. They signed him before this World Cup. They were committed to what he was doing with the program, not just the U.S., but at the youth level and bringing the program along.
Yeah, they knew what they were getting. They knew what they were getting. Yeah.
Park used that phrase, capturing the imagination of American fans. What about the non-soccer fan? Has this World Cup captured their imagination?
I think so. I think Howard himself has done it just by himself. You know, that's been one of the headlines, and I think it's fascinating to see after this loss to Belgium. They lost that game, but the headline wasn't that we're sore losers about it. We take it with a grain of salt, but it's exciting to see the United States go forward with their heads held very high.
Oh, yeah. That's all the time we have for now. Join us next time here in the penalty box.
Dribble, kick it, dribble.